No Time to Die is the fifth and final Daniel Craig James Bond movie. Now, I remember back in the day he said he would rather like drag himself through broken glass than do another James Bond movie, but money talks and bullshit walks. So Daniel Craig is back as 007. He is now with Swann having a great time in Italy on vacation. However, they are attacked by enemy forces, and he basically is betrayed. So he pushes Madeline out of his life and disappears. Skip ahead 5 years later, a scientist is kidnapped from a facility by Spectre, and James Bond is contacted by Felix Leiter to work for the CIA to help find and sort of rescue this scientist. And he'll be going up against the new 007, played by Lashana Lynch as Nomi. So they have a little bit of a banter there. This movie was really weird. First off, it's super long. It's like almost 3 hours long. It feels really indulgent. And the movie has a lot of convenient screenwriting, which it bothered me a lot throughout the movie. For example, in the beginning, he just assumes that Madeline betrayed him, so he just pushes her out of his life. And, you know, the two people that tell him about this are Spectre agents. So it's kind of like you believe them over your own girlfriend. It seemed really convenient. And then when the movie kicks off into its final plot about this new superweapon, there's a lot of elements that are there. The movie is very well directed. I like Cary Joji Fukunaga's cinematography and direction. They go for like a sort of realistic running, sort of like not too crazy like Paul Greengrass, but sort of like, you know, walking around sort of realism. Very robust direction and cinematography. But I felt myself bored in action sequences because there was very low emotional stakes throughout the film. The villain's plan is to kill billions of people. Whenever you have like a really big plan like that, it just sort of makes it less exciting because, you know, it's the equivalent of saying like, I'm going to go blow up the world with a bomb. It's like, okay. But if you give like a more realistic goal, like I wish to wipe out one specific city or something, or you give the villain a smaller goal, it's something that they can feasibly do. We know the movie's not going to end with like 2 billion people dying. That's just not how Hollywood films work. I mean, I've only thought of like 2 properties that exist in American media where a nuclear bomb goes off. One of them is an episode of 24. The other one is the ending of Fallout, Mission Impossible 6, with low consequences for the bombs going off. You know, they would never end a movie on a downer like that. So the movie just has the low stakes because like the villain's basically like, I wish to kill millions upon millions of people, James Bond, and you cannot stop me. We know he's going to be stopped. So whenever there's a big action sequence, I felt myself not really caring, even though there's a really great sequence on a staircase that's done in one shot. The side characters were really like pushed to the forefront of the marketing of the film, mainly the sort of the sort of headbutting of the new 007, where she's all like, I want to put a bullet in your knee if you get in my way, James Bond has been. She's barely in the movie. And same goes for Ana de Armas's Paloma. She's like this rookie CIA agent. She injects a little bit of fun because she's nervous. She shows up for 10 minutes. She's a blast, but then she's gone. And then a lot of the other side characters do the same. They're all there. You got Q and Moneypenny are back, and the scientist guy. You know, you got Blofeld. The movie just doesn't have enough Rami Malek. You know, he's really pushed forward as well in the marketing as the new epic Bond villain, but he feels like old hat. You know, he's got a scar. He's, you know, I want to kill billions. You know, like, oh, okay, we've seen that before. He doesn't have any uniqueness to himself, and he doesn't have enough screen time. He's like in the movie for 15 minutes, so it's kind of And then the movie's super long, and the endings are very contrived. So the movie itself was a slog to get through. Obviously, people love James Bond, so they'll watch it, but I felt this one was just going through the motions. Not in terms of the performances, though. Daniel Craig does a great job, as usual. But everyone's doing a good job, but the movie itself doesn't feel like it's trying to be a good movie. So, I mean, despite a couple of well-directed sequences, and a good send-off for Daniel Craig's Bond, it's just an okay outing. You know, there's like 5 of these now, and I wouldn't rank it among one of the better ones. So I give No Time to Die a 6 out of 10.